Welcome back to Palcast, guys. I'm John Gallimore, and I just want to give you a quick update with my thoughts on Ant-Man and a couple other books. So, Ant-Man released this weekend, and it had the second lowest opening of all time for a Marvel Comics film. Given that the character is one of the more kind of underwhelming superheroes for the Marvel Comics lineup, but, you know, the public doesn't really know much about him, and in his own defense, he's like, can we change the name? So, here are my thoughts. The movie has some pacing problems in the beginning. They were having to build a universe that hadn't really been referenced a whole lot. They had some name drops for Hank Pym, but, Scott Lang is a character that's not really in the pop culture vernacular. So they had to build that, and I feel that there may have been some issues trying just to get that kind of built up for the character and get the exposition on track. Outside of that, the second half really takes off. The way they used Ant-Man's powers is pretty incredible, and it looks great, and it was fun, and there were some laugh out loud parts. So overall, I'm going to give the movie a hard 7. 7 out of 10 for how I would really rate the film. But overall, to get you to the next stage for Marvel Comics is definitely a good placeholder. I feel that it is worth the watch in the theater, but prepare yourself to just try to make it through the first half of the movie, and then from then on, it's great. Also, I just want to kind of tell you guys about a few books I've been reading recently, a few things I just picked up. Bloodshot Reborn by Jeff Lemire. This series is awesome. The art by Miko Swayan, I'm probably slaughtering that name, but you know what? Close enough. The art's been impeccable. Jeff Lemire does such a great job building this story and building this universe. If you're not reading it now and you want something different than what you're getting from the big two, definitely check it out. Valiant Comics is where it's at right now. Dr. Fate by Paul Levitz, a name that's not strange at all to comics, and Sonny Liu. Definitely a different take on the character, but it's good. It's probably one of the fresher things I've seen as far as taking an old character and kind of bring it into modern times without sacrificing anything about the character or the character's mythos. Definitely check it out. And I'm probably going to get slaughtered for this one, but this 90s comics kid does not care. Bloodstrike #1 from Image Comics, Rob Liefeld. This is so great in the current landscape of comics because it's ridiculous, it's over the top, and you get some very, very classic 90s nostalgia, Liefeld, Image, over the top art. The story's ridiculous, but I had a lot of fun reading it, and anyone that was a fan of Image Comics back in their heyday, or Rob Liefeld back before it became cool to make fun of him all the time, will definitely enjoy this book. In my treasures as well, I was able to pick up The Amazing Spider-Man #101 from my friends down at Crit Hit Comics and Games in Princeton, West Virginia. This is the first appearance of Michael Morbius, the living vampire, as it were. And if you're a fan of the 90s Spider-Man TV show, the cartoon that came on Fox, then you definitely recognize that name. I feel like he was one of the more standout villains that you got to see in that cartoon, and this is his first appearance in the book. Just so you know, this came out in October of 1971, and the Comics Code of Authority ban on vampires had only been lifted a few months prior, I believe in February. So this was kind of cutting edge for where comic books were at the time. So definitely a cool find, and I really appreciate Ben and Aaron hooking me up on this. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out Palcast, a better blend of geek culture. We'll see you guys soon.